You're watching The Breakfast Club.
Yep, it's the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club. Charlamagne the God, Angela Yee. Envy is, I don't know where the hell Envy
He's in
at.
Vegas.
He's in Vegas still. We got a couple special guests in the building. We have Lee Daniels and Bryshere Gray. What's happening, my brothers?
Everybody gonna talk?
No, we good. We good. We're good. This is our first interview this week.
Oh, so you haven't had no breakfast yet, no green juice,
Have you?
nothing?
No.
We heard you out there yelling though.
What's that yelling about?
Who was you? Who
He's
was
like,
yelling? I said, what happened?
I was going down with the deal. Just another deal.
You know, I could tell Lee Daniels is a very busy person. He didn't even know what day it was today. he had no idea.
He also didn't know if it was morning or not.
Yeah.
He said, is it morning?
You get sort of wrapped up into it, deep down into the pocket of it. Either the work,
Okay.
Or creating, or trying to get something to create.
Everything is a blur.
Mm-hmm.
Now, on your Instagram, you're the original Big Daddy.
Yes, sir.
Why
You
that
like
nickname?
that?
Back in the day, way back in the day, I was a manager as I was directing theater, and I represented people like Loretta Devine and I don't know, Candy Alexander. You remember Candy Alexander?
Mm-mm.
She plays. Anybody know Candy Alexander? Anybody know Candy Alexander out there?
No, help us.
Are you joking me? She plays. Do you see Scandal?
Yes.
Yes.
She plays her mother. She was also in a whole bunch of '90s movies with Wesley Snipes.
Okay.
She play. You know who she is?
I know the mother.
Beautiful.
On Scandal.
Yeah, that's Candy Alexander. Anyway, she's my age, and they all used to come to a lot of African American actors used to come to my door and call me Big Daddy so I could get them work.
Okay.
So
that works. So if you need a job, just call Lee Daniels Big Daddy.
Big Daddy.
Yeah.
I get a job.
Yeah.
But congratulations to both of you, because Empire is returning on Wednesday, and then Star is coming on right after that. And of course, I always feel like calling you Hakeem. I'm sorry, Bryshere. Or Yaz. You have so many names.
Still?
I don't know. Michael Bivins. He has a lot of names. But still, we know you first as Hakeem, really from Empire.
Yeah.
And getting that role. So we know last season ended with a literal bang, and we're coming back to see what happens. Is it hard for you guys? Like, I know everybody's waiting on the edge of their seat to find out what's going to happen just because of the cliffhanger, at the end of Empire. You have a baby now.
Yeah, I do.
And you're stepping, not in real life on the show.
On
but
the show.
Yeah.
Do you have a baby?
No, I shouldn't have none. I don't have none.
None that he's claiming in real life. Right, but we see you out all the time. I see you all over the place.
Do we be at the club?
I think he's working. Right, Bryshere?
Yeah,
he's working. I see him out working all the time.
Yeah.
He said, yeah. I mean, because obviously you're a musician, you're an artist, so you have
Yeah.
that as well.
You might catch me at the club sometimes.
Right, you got to be. Lee, you don't really go out like that to the clubs.
No, I don't.
Big Daddy's not out.
No.
You don't have time.
I mean, you got the kind of money you
All
can
of
have
a
a
sudden
club
I'm
at your
hot.
house.
Why am I hot in here?
Because
all
you're
of a
sitting
sudden?
there with your arms folded. Y'all
I'm
so
hot in
tight
here.
and
I'm like,
tense. Everybody
hot.
relax.
You know what I mean?
Yo, what's going on?
Shit, I'm hot.
You want some
Yeah,
water?
get some water, yeah. I'm on some hot.
Do you think Empire gets the credit it deserves for launching like a new black renaissance in television?
I think so. I think that, I think there's a lot of heat with it, with a lot of haters that come with the success of a show. I think that's part of being successful. And I've embraced that. I've been, my very first job, speaking of revolt, it's ironic that I'm here, was with Sean, putting him and giving him his SAG card in the very first job I got, which was Monsters Ball.
That's Diddy for everybody out there who's not rich enough to be on a first name basis with Puff. Okay.
Halle
So
Berry
I got a
Oscar.
lot of yes, and she was the first African American to win an Oscar, woman to get an Oscar, and I got a lot of heat for that because it was controversy.
Oh, because when I guess the aggressive sex scene with her and forgot the guy's name.
Yes, I mean they take Billy Bob Thornton,
Bob Thornton.
and I think that you get a lot of heat for what you do. If you're pushing the buttons of culture and making people think. So but I'm always a step ahead of the game, and I'm ready to take. I'm a target. They come for me no matter what. I'm openly gay. I don't give a fuck. I do what I got to do, and I've done what I've had to do. And in that, I've made sure that African Americans are at the forefront of the writers' rooms, and at the forefront of getting awards and making sure that we're changing culture.
What do you think your responsibility
And I
is?
think that with that comes a lot of hate, and with that it's been that way from the very beginning of my career. And it's okay because I'm an artist ultimately.
Well, I mean, you're a black man.
They're gonna come for me no matter what I do.
Yeah, you're a black man and you're gay, so you're gonna experience hate.
Yes.
That comes to the territory.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think your responsibility is as a black man in a position of power in Hollywood? You mentioned a few things just now, but what do you think your ultimate responsibility is?
My responsibility is to make sure that my kids are taken care of, and that I can look myself in the mirror at the end of the day and say, I did the right thing.
They're in college now already?
Yep, they're 21.
So you did a great job.
They are his. He met my son for the first time. My son has an issue with him.
Because
I spend a lot of time with him, writing and stuff like that. So he has an issue with, he has an issue with my work because I spend more time. A lot of time, I spend my time so that he can have the life that I didn't have.
But so does your son come on set and like hang out?
He's grown up on set.
Does he really not like you?
No, he didn't.
Okay.
He likes him now. He met him. He likes him. He met him for the first time. But he really has an issue with. He's grown up on sets with me. He grew up on the set of Monsters Ball. I mean, they've grown up in all my theater projects.
You said that your brother also used to have kind of an issue with you, but most recently you guys have had. He kind of apologized.
He did. He sent me a letter while he was in jail because they're my brother's kids that I've raised since they've been 3 days old. And he sent me a letter in jail saying, I'm sorry for, he's 3 years younger than me, so he's 50, I'm 58, he's 57, 55. Anyway, he was like, I'm sorry for hating you just because for all these years. When I opened up and said, hey, listen, I'm gay. He was like, well, okay, bye. And it's 13. And that was the end of our relationship. And it was like, wow.
How difficult was that? I've heard you. Well, I've seen you explore the relationship with your father through your art, but I've never heard you.
Well, I
speak
love
about
very
your brother.
much. I mean, it makes it seem like I don't love my father, but I love my father.
You're telling the truth.
My father made me the man that I am today. He made me the man that I am today. He was a boxer. He sparred with Muhammad Ali. He was Muhammad Ali's bodyguard when he was in Philadelphia. He was a policeman. He was killed in the line of duty. He was the truth. But he also had an issue with my sexuality, and he thought he could beat it out of me.
Now, you also are doing a musical based on your life because you have had a fascinating
Why are we
life.
talking about me? I got to talk about Yaz, too. Flipping over to Yaz. This is Yaz.
We don't get to talk to you too much,
Yaz. You don't talk to me too much?
No.
Yeah.
We don't hear from Mr. Daniels too much.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can talk to me then.
No, I was just asking about your brother. Was that hard for you? Because I guess those were the two male.
I love my brother. I couldn't help that my brother didn't respond to me, and that hurt me deeply. You know what I mean? And I think that my success really has been because so many people have told me not to. When you're put in a trash can and called a faggot when you are 4 and you don't even know what the fuck a faggot is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you in high heels and shit. It's some deep shit. So I mean, I think that my success has always been based on me being told that I couldn't or that I was different. And so that pushed me even further to making sure, because when you told that shit when you young, ain't shit that can stop you. So that's why none of this shit that they saying about Empire or anything stops me. Okay, check, next. Let me go on and do. They talked about me with Butler. I said, okay, well, let me go on and make Empire. You know what I mean? It's like, next. Keep it moving.
How hard was it not to hate his kids, so to speak?
Oh my gosh,
hey, what
you hate
kids?
No, I'm serious. Because
What?
Because if he was treated you bad, and then now you taking on his responsibilities.
What are you
technically.
talking? Oh, my
Your
kids.
brother. Yeah.
I love my kids.
Gotcha.
My brother called me when I was.
Your brother's kids are your kids.
My kids, yeah.
Yeah.
My biological. His biological. I love my kids. Are you kidding me? My kids he said to me, he called me. He was smart enough to call me. When he was getting ready to go to jail, he said, "You want to take my kids because my girlfriend doesn't want these kids," and she was like 6 months pregnant. Sure enough, she left them with my mom when they was 3 days old, and my mom was like, I done raised 5 of y'all, and some like 10 grandkids. I ain't raising no more kids, so you can come take these kids. Or I'm calling social services. So my partner, who it was white, really wanted kids. I didn't want no kids, and I was on drugs, so I was like, I don't want no kids, So, but my mom said, you take them, or I'm taking them to social services. So my partner we went to Philadelphia to get the kids, and I thought I was saving the kids. But really, they were saving me because they got me off drugs.
That's great.
Yeah.
I didn't know you was on drugs.
Yeah, I was on cocaine. I was on base. I was on the pipe. I was, yeah.
You said when you found out about Monsters Ball and Hallie, you were high on meth and everything.
Yeah.
When you got that phone call.
Yeah. No, that's not true. I said when she won the Academy Award,
Okay.
I was high, and I didn't think I deserved to. I didn't think we was just trying to. I don't think this is empire, Like I don't really think that I'm just making my shit happen. I'm not thinking about the impact that it has, or that it's good even. You know what I mean? Because in the back of your head is why it's important that you tell your kids, you uplift your kids.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
That cocaine is the Hollywood way, though, right? And so
back in the 80s it was. 90s it was for sure.
Bryshere, coke back
He's
in
a
LA,
good boy.
Bryshere, I'll be out there.
He better be a
I'm
good.
from Philly, so I didn't have the LA experience.
But even when you're in LA, now cocaine back. Some of these
Is
young
it?
what? These kids don't coke. I'm like, why? I'm like, coke.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yes.
It gives you heart attacks and stuff.
I'm sure it does. I wouldn't know. I smoked it in some weed once. I smoked it with a blunt.
Yeah.
He said, yeah.
That
Now,
was a good
Bryshere,
high.
so for other songs on Empire, right? Obviously, some of those songs have gone on to be really successful. Do you write those songs?
Yeah, well, in cohesive with Lee Daniels.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we write the songs together. Drip.
Drop.
You be in there writing songs
Drip,
too,
drippity
Lee?
drop.
What don't you do?
we just but I give it to him. What happens is that I developed the characters. He was very much based on my son, the character of Hakeem.
Spoiled.
He was like, you feel bad because you're not with your kids. You're too busy. So, and they're the millennials, entitled. You know what I mean? And so he was an exaggeration of my son. And so what happened? A real exaggeration of my son. And then he really did become my son. So it's like and he's from Philly. You know what I mean? So and tell him how you got the job.
So I was living in my mom's house, 18 years old. She kicked me out, just right as soon as she kicked me out the house.
For what?
What'd I do? I ain't clean my room or something that day.
Did she really kick you out?
Yeah, she kicked me out
For not cleaning your room?
for not cleaning my room.
That's a,
It has
that's
to
a,
be
that's
more
a
than
very,
that.
that's a very sorry
yeah,
offense
exactly.
in Philly.
Your room must have been a disaster.
And I had the ramen noodles. I just had the ramen noodles I made, and I brought upstairs. She came upstairs with the broom. She hit me inside the head with the broom, and I spilled the noodles on my lap, and it was hot. I remember that day. And
So you burnt your genitals, basically.
yeah, basically. And then I met this guy named Charlie Mack, and
Salute to
Charlie Mack.
Charlie Mack.
Charlie Mack!
The Mack Attack. And he heard about the audition for Empire through Lee Daniels' sister. And he was like, I got this audition for this big role. It'll change your life. It's 360. You just got to nail it. You got to know your lines. You got to come in. This is Lee Daniels. You got to know your stuff.
Now, where did you meet Charlie Mack, though? Like, just
Charlie Mack is Philly. Like, that's Philly royalty.
Showcase.
Will Smith back, he just like his Philly he's an old school, old head Philly royalty.
Oh, you met him at a showcase.
Yes.
Okay.
And he was in the corner. It was dark.
Was you singing?
Yeah. I had like one song I did, and he was in the corner. He was like, I want to have a meeting with you and your mom. So then we have this meeting.
Why you make it sound so creepy?
Because it was dark.
He was in the corner.
He was in the corner, and he was like, I want to meet with y'all. And we met, and he put Jamie Foxx on the phone. And I was like, yes, this is the type of manager I want to have. And we did the audition. I think Lee's team loved it. And it was 3 days later, and I had a flight, and I missed my flight. And I was like, I missed my opportunity.
It was his first flight ever.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
At
so
Los
the whole time
Angeles.
you had to be there.
Yeah.
You got to get there an hour early.
Yeah, and I missed my flight. I didn't take my sneakers off. I just walked in. Hey, like, sir, you got to come back. So I didn't really know the process of flying because I wasn't used to it. But then he called back 5 days later and said, we want you to come back. And we did the audition. It was Lee, Taraji, Terrence in the same room. And I'm like,
Oh, this is like yesterday. That was like yesterday. It was his first audition, first flight,
First flight, first
ever
audition.
from Philly, a Philly nigga like me. How could I not give him the job? You know what I
Super
mean?
green.
And Taraji and Terrence took him in, and it became family, and it became history. Really, it was like that. It was really, it was the way God created it
Wow.
to make. It was perfect.
So
And
you
you
had
never
bias
did-
because he was from Philly. You already knew.
I
right?
knew that he was. I was
Yeah,
like, he gonna get this job.
And you had never
Because he
acted
reminded me of
before,
me. You know
nothing?
what I mean? As a kid, like my son, and he had that Philly thing going on. Yeah, and the characters were from Philadelphia.
And you had never acted. This was your first time even.
But
That's
Lee looked
amazing.
me in my eyes. He said, no coach. I'm going to be his coach. And then
Did
remember
I?
was like, yeah.
I was just determined you got that job.
Were you nervous in the room with Taraji and Terrence?
Were you?
Yeah. I was nervous, and I remember Lee saying, he was like, you know, they can leave if you want. And I was like, no, I see them on TV all the time. They can stay.
But it was making you nervous?
They were making me nervous.
Of course.
You were making me nervous because
Why?
you're a GOAT. You're like the legend. You know?
Oh,
So
Did
I
Lee
was- I
ever
was
say to
nervous.
call him Big Daddy though?
No.
No. The people call me Big Daddy. Actors, you know, that used to come into audition used to, you know, say, Big Daddy, you got some jobs for me. So I was just like, you know, at the time I was really overweight, you know. So it was a bad joke. It was a really bad joke.
How you smoke crack and was overweight?
I know exactly, because I was eating pork rinds. Fucking all that bad shit for you. You know.
Bryshere, do you enjoy doing those scenes like in the hot tub and the with
Oh, that's
girls
fun.
and threesomes?
Yeah, that's fun.
Let me tell you something. He originally, because it was really provocative, and Fox decided that they did not want it to be. Originally, his girlfriend was Macy Gray.
Really?
In the original pilot of Empire, we had his girlfriend as Macy Gray, who's a beast. She's been in a lot of my films, and she's an incredible artist. She's an incredible actor, underrated in Hollywood today, and a friend. But and in my head, you know, his mom had been gone forever. He didn't have a mother. His mother had been gone in jail, and so he would have had a mother complex.
Right.
So he would have gone with Macy, but it was too real. It was real, and so we sanitized it and made Naomi Campbell sort of his, you know. But then who wouldn't sleep? I'd sleep with Naomi Campbell. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
How do you feel about people getting upset when they see gay men engaging in sexual relations on TV?
How do you feel?
It doesn't bother me at all. I mean,
It don't bother me either.
I
mean, you know, I think that we're here to, you know, I'm here to break down barriers for my people. Empire has broken down barriers across the world for my people, you know, and within that, I'm here to educate my people on life. And so I think that, you know, it's an educational experience. It ain't got to be your thing, but it's what it is. And you can't sweep that shit under the carpet, because it is what it is. And how do I feel? I feel that I'm educating people, and that's what, it's enlightening, you know. And so, you know, I'm doing a movie right now. One of the films I'm doing is about a guy named Bayard Rustin. Anybody know who Bayard Rustin is?
Educate.
Right. Okay. So we're all black in this room, and we don't know who Bayard Rustin is. And Bayard Rustin put together the first civil rights movement, and he helped King with the "I Had a Dream" speech. A very important figure in the civil rights movement. He's responsible for all of us being here today and our civil rights. He taught King the civil rights. He taught King. He went to Gandhi to India, learned about the civil rights, learned about the nonviolent movement, and taught King that. But the NAACP, because he was gay, said, no, you will not be the face of civil rights. And so he was kicked to the curb.
Wow.
So I'm doing a movie about him that's important, you know what I mean? Because he's someone that is responsible for all of us being here right now. But because he was gay, he was told no. And so he erased him from history. So this is the kind of shit that I want to do. I'm here to educate, and I think it's important for us to know, as black people, what time it is.
That's interesting. I just asked, what's the brother name from King Foods? He was up here last week.
Billy
Porter.
I
I'm
love
sorry.
Billy. How's he
Billy
doing?
Porter.
He's good. We had him up here last
I ain't
week.
seen him in a little bit. Is he still in Kinky Boots?
Well,
Yeah,
he's
coming back to
going
Kinky
back to
Boots.
Kinky Boots.
Okay,
He's
good.
coming back to Kinky
Yeah,
Boots.
he's good. He got voice, man. Have you heard his voice?
Yeah,
No,
he has
I'm
an
gonna
album, he
go
has
see
an
the
album
show,
out
though.
right now.
Oh, is
He
it?
just put out a new album.
And I asked him about that. Like, what was the civil, like during the civil rights struggle? Of course, being black was the #1 agenda, but how did gay people get through that as well during that time? So that
I
would be
think we have
interesting to
been,
see.
look, we've been dogged and stomped on. I remember my dad's like to me, dude, it's difficult enough being a black man in America. Why you gotta go be gay? On top of it, that's like, yes, a death sentence. But you can't help what you are. It is what it is, and you gotta hold up and man up to that shit.
I feel like it'd be more of a death sentence to not be what you are. Like that's
For
that's
sure.
what's killing you slowly.
You know what I mean? And that's what's spreading AIDS. Because guess what? AIDS is not a gay disease anymore. We know what to do. You know what I mean? It's men on the DL that's infecting women of color. That's the disease. The disease is not being open and being free.
Now, Bryshere, as a kid from Philly, when you came to go do Empire,
Nice shift.
well, I was going to talk about. Oh, you like this? Thank you.
It is. It's beautiful. You're beautiful.
Thank you. Actually, both Charlamagne and I had quick guest appearances on Empire also.
Did you?
Just so you
What
know.
episode?
God damn, Lee. Yes.
What episode? What episode?
I've been on there a few times.
I actually was.
That's how I know you. That's how I knew you. I was like, I knew how you knew. But you, how come you was giving me shade outside? You didn't say, "Hey, Lee."
I didn't see you outside.
You did. I was outside and you was outside. We were all outside together. I was coming in on the phone.
No, see Charlie. Charlie said no. I wasn't out there.
Where was he at?
Man, Lee, you still on drugs?
No, I'm not on drugs. I'm getting old. I don't know. I was on the phone. You were outside though, right?
I was.
Did you come outside?
Yeah, I walked out real
Yeah.
quick. But you weren't there when I came outside. But no, I actually did a quick scene. I interviewed Tay Diggs in the radio station.
Okay.
Right when he was talking about his foundation and all of that. But what was it like for you going, this is being your first role, a kid coming from Philly, and going to Empire, and they do deal with a lot of topics. Have you had like a lot of interactions with people that were gay? Did you know people? Did you have any preconceived notions? How did that help you?
It helped me a lot. It was a life-changing experience. I was always a person who never judged anybody. I had a cousin who was gay, and that was like my best friend. So the relationship between me and Jussie Smollett was just icing on a cake because we made music together. So when Lee put us together and said, "Y'all gonna be brothers," and it has to, y'all have to have the chemistry and love for each other, for real. So the Miami trip where we recorded Good Enough, Jussie Smollett, and I recorded Drip Drop. And we connected. And the fans that do come up is different races, is different ages, is different, just all different types of people and all different types of love. And the responsibility that Lee Daniels gave me through just a role, Hakeem Lion, and is being so projected as, inspiration. It was a responsibility for me, like, whoa.
Right.
He just gave me what?
Yeah,
He
it's
gave me
beautiful.
what?
It's, you know what's beautiful? What's
And-
beautiful? I'm sorry, you were saying. I
Oh.
don't interrupt you.
And it was just like, I gotta be a role model. I can't get locked up. I can't be out here doing none of this. I gotta be a role model for the kids.
You don't have to whisper when
that
you're
look
saying
up.
these things, Bryshere.
I
Speak
know.
up.
He's dramatic.
Speak louder,
I'm
Bryshere.
I'm dramatic.
You don't have to whisper.
You know what's beautiful? What's really beautiful is that it goes deeper than just, for me, it's about ultimately like, okay, we're showing you, it's about the art. We're showing America what time it is. But also, it goes deeper than that. It's culturally, what we're doing is having African Americans like we're giving jobs to black people, you know what I mean? It's sort of historic, when you really, really think about it. And then we're having Yaz and Jussie come together with Taraji and Terrence and Andre, like this group of people that have really become a family, These boys fight like family members, like real brothers. You know what I mean? And it shows on screen. This shit is real, And it's beautiful because it's what Black lives are really about, what family is really about.
And you really also address mental health, which is something that we've been talking about a lot up here on the Breakfast Club, because there's so many people that struggle with mental health issues.
It is a stigma that is, I think, worse than homophobia, because we don't want to talk about Black. It's like, what is wrong with us?
I think
we don't want to talk about like mental issues. Like, oh my God, I got a sister that's got we don't, like my family. We don't want to talk about it. We sweep that. White people ain't no problem talking about it. We seem to have a problem talking.
But we
about
don't clinically diagnose it. We just be like, that nigga crazy.
Exactly.
And keep it moving. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like we just kind of deal with the fact that nigga
What do you
crazy.
make of that?
I think lack of education about it. I think it's been more conversation around mental health nowadays, and I think people are actually.
But do you think that
going
they're
to
addressing it the way they're addressing homophobia? I think I think that we have decided just like no. This is like, it's really a lack of education. You hit the net. It's what it is, a lack of education.
And by the way, we dismiss everything in the hood though, because you be like, oh that nigga gay, oh that nigga crazy, like anything that's not.
Why
like
is that?
I think it's I don't know. That's a good question. I never thought about it. I think maybe because it's hard to understand certain things. When we don't understand it, we just dismiss it and keep it moving.
And I think
It's really
people,
just a
I think people
dismissal.
also don't want to admit it too. It's hard for people to admit when they're struggling with certain things and let other people know. So you kind of suffer in silence too. I think is part of it.
So it was really important for me to address that in the Black culture.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it was as important to me as the whole thing, and maybe even more important to me than the whole homophobia thing. You know what I mean?
Really?
For sure.
Why?
For
Did you
sure.
have somebody around you that suffered
Yeah,
from it?
of course.
Okay.
Who don't have nobody
we
in
all
their
do.
family? Don't. I know. I don't know, but I know I do.
You got some crazy niggas in your family.
Yes.
I don't know.
You know what I mean? And we decide to label them, just like you said, crazy, and keep it moving.
Oh, what about like ADHD and things like
Oh
that?
my God. Yes.
Yaz has ADHD.
So do I, a little bit.
What are you
So a
talking
little
about?
bit.
No, talk about that.
Guilty.
though. For Yaz, you really did have to take. Did you really have to take medication for ADHD and everything?
Yeah, back when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had to take medicine back when I was a kid because my thing was ADHD gives you, you antsy and you're not sitting in your seat. You're not. I'm writing raps when I should be basically doing social studies, and then I get in trouble. But looking longer down the line, drip drop.
But some people
listen,
might
what
take that
medicine are you
you
on
were
now that's
passionate.
causing
He ain't
you to
on no
whisper?
medicine.
Some people
Are
might say
you
you were
on
just
medicine?
passionate.
No, that was
He
when
said when
that
he was
wasn't-
young.
that was
He ain't
young.
on no
That was
medicine.
young.
But some people might say you were just passionate about that and not passionate about social studies at the time. Like, how do you determine?
That's why the foundation I had, YTG, You're the Greatest, is just for ADHD kids, kids with asthma, and that's just letting kids know if you do have a disability or you have something that you feel like that's holding you back, you can move forward. You could be great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now with stars, Amaya Scott.
Amaya?
I'm sorry.
yeah.
Amaya Scott, transgender woman on the show. You be making any like political statements in response to like Trump not allowing transgenders in the military or anything like that?
Oh, before you do that, I just gotta say, man, when Tyrese was up here, and
Yeah.
he talked about that scene that he had, and then I watched the episode afterward with Amaya Scott. That was heartbreaking. We were at home like that really did like break your heart when you saw he was on there trying to tell her, you are a man, say that you're a man, and just kind of pray away. You know.
Tyrese, man. Yeah. I mean, like, here's the thing. I love Tyrese, and I love actors. So most of my best friends, I have more straight men friends than I have gay friends.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the world that I'm in. You know what I mean? Denzel, Lenny Kravitz. Most of my buddies are straight. You know what I mean? They talk about women issues. You know what I mean? I'm like a barometer for them, a therapist or something. You know what I mean? So it's a puff. I mean, like it's Damn, you made me lose my train of thought.
Well,
I was
the
saying
original
something.
question was, are you going to address any issues dealing with transgenders on the show because you have Amaya?
Right.
Yes.
But that led to something else. It was something else. I was thinking about something.
Tyrese tends to confuse people.
Tyrese. It does. He does. Tyrese. Fucking dude. Tyrese. Whoa. Tyrese was saying, so Tyrese was like, Lee, what you got me doing, yo? What do you got me doing? I can't be messing with this. What is this? And it was perfect. Point was, it was that he exemplified he was living, that was real shit that he was doing. What you got me doing, man? I go, you're perfect for this role. You're perfect. I said, you're gonna do exactly that. And because he trusts me as a director, he played what he understood. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Like he prayed what he understood because he was doing it. And he was speaking for a lot of people that really believe that laying hands on you is going to take it out of you. Like people believe that.
Absolutely.
So
Pray to get away. That's what they would always say.
And so shit became real because Amaya had really gone through that. I had gone through that. People laying hands on you and speaking in tongues, and you just say, yeah, okay, just to stop the process.
Right.
The shit became real. And that's what ultimately, I think I take pride in my work, that we breathe truth into our culture.
Are either one of you tired of Empire yet?
No.
I just want to tell you, if you feel some shade from Charlemagne, he hates on you a little because he really wanted that Michael Bivins role in the New Edition movie. He kept saying, one day I'm going to play Michael Bivins.
That is so random. But
If you feel a little shade.
I have been talking about playing Michael Bivins for at least a decade.
Okay. If you feel a little shade, he's a little jealous of you being Michael
I've met
Bivins.
Bryshere several times before this. Like,
Did you know
I ain't got
that,
no
though?
shade to Bryshere.
You knew, right?
Yeah, I
So
told
you feel a
him.
little
Did
shade.
you?
You feel a little shade?
A little shade.
Yeah.
A little shade. A little shade.
But no, I'm saying, either one of you, because it has to end sooner or later, right? You have to have an ending for
I think
it
that
as a creator.
I was thinking about, and I'm going to talk to my partner about, we're thinking about doing a movie maybe too, you know what I mean? Because I think as a movie, you can do everything you can't do on television. You can really go there. And I was thinking, we've had enough years that, what is the situation? So I'm very curious to find out whether or not, whether we can put our rap, not that this is far from official, ain't nothing even, but just like,
Just a
start
thought.
making, just a thought,
What about a
why not?
Broadway play, since y'all really did have
Why, why not? Because I think that these people have lived. I think it takes its run. I think we got a couple more years, if that, left in us for sure. A couple more years for sure left in us. That's just the life of television. But I think that I'd be open to the possibilities of doing a film. I love this family. I just love. I'm obsessed with these characters, and I love them. And America loves them. They've spoken loud and clear. That they love these characters. Sometimes we go a little to the left because my eye ain't on the show or I'm doing something else. We got to pull that shit back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you didn't see none of the episodes we were on.
He is shady.
When the last time you watched Empire, Mr. Daniels?
I watched Empire, just our this 401, our last premiere.
Okay.
Yeah. It's hard. I have several shows that I'm doing.
You have new shows coming to Fox also.
Bunch of new shows.
It's
But
all
I'm really
comedy,
excited.
you know.
I'm really excited about Star. I'm really excited about our new and the merging of both of the worlds is very exciting. I'm very excited about that, and I'm excited about what Bryshere is doing on the show. It's a new, what he's doing is I'm overseeing the writing.
Gotcha.
I already know that they got this shit in the pocket. They on the ground with it. So as long as the stories feel a little accurate,
He seems like he's the one maturing the most on the show. Like, I feel like when you first started, we saw you as a young Hakeem, and then your character really does evolve, a whole lot more. And you're a dad, so obviously that's going to be different, I guess, in the upcoming season also.
Yeah. The
No more
babies- the
threesomes
babies-
and no more.
No.
Are there any spoilers you can give us for the new season? Anything? Give us a little something.
someone will die.
A main
Oh my
character?
gosh.
Will it be like a main character?
Will it be one of the brothers?
A main character.
A
That's
lion?
important now because Raina got killed on Power, so y'all got to kill somebody. Y'all got to kill somebody worth it.
Yeah.
Y'all got-
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Will it be a lion? One of the lions?
All I'm gonna say is somebody. There's got to be a death. There's got to be a death.
Do you let them know before they read the script that?
Yeah, for
Okay.
sure. You know, that's rude not to. You know what I mean? That's sort of rude not to. And the same thing with Star. You know, there's got to be a death. You know, that's good television.
Absolutely.
It's good television. I don't like it though when it happens because they become family members.
Well, it depends.
Somebody got to go.
And then that's when you know the show is either about they only got a couple more seasons now if that person died. Depending on who died, you know it's only a couple more seasons left. Now, a big boy from Outkast says he wants to talk to you about doing an Outkast biopic.
Yes.
Have y'all started those discussions?
We started. I love him. I'm excited. I'm excited about it. I think that's some potent material right there. So yeah.
Whatever happened to the Richard Pryor movie?
I'm producing it. I'm no longer directing it. I got caught up in television land.
Gotcha.
But I'm gonna do I'm doing a movie this January. I'm a little nervous about it because I haven't been behind it. Yeah, I haven't been behind it. I haven't directed. You know, I've been too busy like running this empire, literally. So I'm a director, and I ain't directed since The Butler. So it's time for me to work. You know what I mean? It's like it's a whole different headspace when you're in a whole different. You're looking at people and making sure that like you're overseeing. You're not doing your craft. What God gave me to do, which was to direct.
You've been in every aspect. You were a casting agent, producer, director,
writer.
Writer. It makes you so well-rounded. Like you could write, produce, cast, and direct.
I got one more thing I haven't done, but I'm fitting to drop the mic.
You about to act?
I did that a little bit too. I already did that. I mean, I'm doing in Star. You know.
Are you gonna? So you're gonna do an album or something?
I'm gonna do something really big. I can't talk about it though.
Does the success?
Something I haven't done. Yes.
Does the success and money stifle your creativity any?
Yes. Yes.
You an honest motherfucker, Lee.
Yes. Yes, it does.
Really?
Yes, it does. You can't. I have to go away and shut down. You know what I mean? And like really not. Money is seductive. You know, you want more of it. And so I didn't start out doing this for the money. Never. I started out as an artist in the theater, broke, directing in church, homeless. And I got off on it. Like that was my high. But I think that, as most Americans or anybody, I'm human. Like money can distract you from the work. And so I need to shut it off, shut it down, and then come back to what it is, to the art, to the work, because that's pure, that's from God.
Bryshere, do you and the other actors ever be like, man, where the hell is Lee?
Yeah.
We ain't seen Lee in months.
Yeah, he's busy with Star. We understand.
He said we understand.
No, they don't. They be mad at me. They be mad at me.
But that show's newer. You guys kind of smooth now.
Yeah.
At Empire.
But it's always better when Lee's on set.
Right.
He's coming over. We're gonna get him. We got a crossover with Star. He'll be over on Star.
Oh, okay. Of course he will.
All of them will be.
How is it hard to keep egos from clashing on the set of Empire?
They're
With all that star power. I mean, we heard a story of Nia Long on set just causing everybody problems.
Here's the thing. That's not true. I think that, it's hard to be a guest star on a show. It's hard to be a guest star on a show. And so I think that it's hard to be a guest star on a show. And I think that Nia walked into a situation where it's simply not true. And I think that yes, there's somebody always acting up every week. Yes. We're 4 years in, it's life. Somebody's going to be upset. But I think that they instinctively know not to all be upset on the same episode.
They take turns.
They take turns. These motherfuckers take turns. They know not to. They know we'll shut down. So everybody sort of comes and is an issue with one actor every week. So I think, and they all sort of band together to take care of that actor. It's a family, really a family.
How do you motivate people like Taraji? Because Taraji is a superstar. Like, is it hard? Like, to just keep her motivated to still even want to continue to play that role at this point?
I think that. Yes, I think that she loves the character, and I think that she understands that she has an obligation to. She knows that all eyes are on her. So she's an artist, So how do I keep her motivated? Making sure she's doing something different. That's all she wants. She's desperate to doing. She doesn't want the same old.
Right. I remember
Same
reading
with
her
Terrence.
autobiography. She turned down the role a couple of times and realizes now, in retrospect, it was a great decision for her to be Cookie.
Yeah.
We couldn't picture anyone else.
And you said same with Terrence as well, too, right?
Same with Terrence.
Well, somebody told me that Empire was originally supposed to be a vehicle for Terrence to like kind of achieve the level of stardom that Taraji has.
No. not at all. I mean, originally Terrence, it was for Taraji, and we were talking to Wesley Snipes.
That would have made no sense with casting.
Exactly. Would have made.
That
But that's the way.
brother with all them beige babies.
Yeah, but he was just out of jail.
Okay.
So he was just out of jail, and I said, that's who I want in this role. And then Taraji was like, and I knew I was obsessed with Taraji getting it. And Taraji was like, nah, I'm only going to do this if Terrence is doing it. And I love Terrence. I just finished working with Terrence on The Butler. And I was like, he's brilliant, but, he wasn't fresh out of jail. You know what I mean?
You didn't think he would do it.
I didn't think Terrence was going to do it. I didn't think he was interested in doing, television. And he's a film actor. He was a film actor, and so I didn't think he was interested in doing television. I didn't even think Taraji was interested in doing television. Serious. I mean, I know she had done it, but I knew that she was a serious Academy Award nominated, and I respected that thespian,
Right.
So I'm really happy that we've had the run that we've had, and that we'll continue to, do what we're doing.
Now that you still blackballing Monique?
No, blackballing. I've never blackballed her. And I'm sorry that she feels that way. And I have nothing but love for her. And I think that I really don't have anything but love for her. And I'm sorry that she feels that way. I'm sorry that she and her husband feel that way. I think that they are. I'm just sad. I'm sad because what we experienced on Precious was incredible. It was a magical, wonderful moment. And for her to think that is, it hurts me. It hurts me deeply, And why would I blackball somebody that I love and I respect? And she delivered for me. So I have nothing but respect for any actor that I work with. Every actor.
Would you work with her again?
For sure. Yeah, she's an artist, and she's good. But we seem to see differently about this.
Now,
That has
yes.
nothing to do with I have no ego when it comes to my art, none whatsoever. If you can deliver for me,
It's
I don't
business.
care. It's business. You know what I mean? Go and talk whatever you want to talk. But when when I say action and you in the pocket, yes, I'll take it again.
Wasn't she up for the role of Cookie? Oh, is that a rumor?
That is a rumor.
Okay, she was never up for the role of Cookie.
She, yes, no, she was up for the role of Cookie for sure, like every other black woman in Hollywood.
Gotcha.
There was no difference. She was up for the role of Cookie, as was Oprah and anybody else.
Oprah.
I was thinking about everybody. I mean, it's a black role. It's a black.
Right.
I mean, there wasn't a black actress from Nia Long to Halle Berry to everybody
You
was up for that
considered all
role.
your options.
Absolutely.
Right. Now, Yaz, when you take on acting, because I know you're starring in Canal Street, also coming up, and take on those other roles, do you go to Lee and ask him, what do you think about this? Like, who's the
Do
person
you
that...
ask Big Daddy for permission?
New
He-
edition.
Yeah. Let me tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I told him don't do it.
New Edition?
Yes, I did.
Wow. Why?
And then I ended up hiring the director of New Edition for Star, so he could direct. I was so blown away, just because I just felt that I wanted him to do Hamilton. I wanted him to do Hamilton, and I said, don't do it, and he was like,
I want to.
I said, don't do it, do Hamilton, do something, do some Broadway, do some,
He can really show his chops, basically.
But I was completely wrong. And let me tell you something. When I did see it, I called him immediately and said I was wrong. I said, I'm so wrong. I said, that was the smart choice to do because you disappeared in the role, and I was wrong and you were right. And
Thank God you didn't listen to him.
yep,
No, you used
it's true. Not true. I keep it. I keep.
That's how you know he did a good job, because he did disappear in the role. Because for him to have that character Yaz that we see every week,
I was so proud of
watch
him.
that and not think of Yaz,
I was so
he
proud
did.
of him. What did he do? I was really, really proud of him. And not only was I proud of him, but I was really most proud of that director, because I wanted him to jump into prime time. So I took that director and said, yo, I'm taking you, and we getting ready to, because Robinson had done a lot of music videos before doing that, and I said, yo, you fitting to blow up. So I took him and put him over at Star, and it's really exciting.
Nice.
Do you feel like it's a new black renaissance going on?
For
in Hollywood?
sure.
And you are leading the charge on that too.
I don't know whether I'm leading the charge, but I know that I'm very much a part
Empire
of it.
did so much, though, honestly, to show Hollywood that, yes, not
There
just
weren't any
Empire,
black
but-
shows. I mean,
right.
for me, that's why I didn't even think it was going to happen. We didn't think it was going to happen.
People came out with 10 million viewers on the first episode ever.
I don't know, it was some crazy amount. And I don't, we just, I just remember, like, I didn't even think it was even possible because they weren't buying black television. And we showed them again. And even was after The Butler where I was like, we did that astronomical number that it was just, unheard of. But we're here to show that we ain't going nowhere. Nowhere.
You kind of got a Midas touch when it comes to like black women winning Oscars.
I do. I like black women. I like black women. Damn shame that I'm gay. Huh? What happened there? What happened? Because I'm obsessed with.
You could be both if you wanted to.
I'm obsessed with black women. I'm obsessed with. I mean, I really am. I write so well for them. I write really, really, really well for black women, and because black women uplifted me. When my mother, my grandmother, my aunts, my sisters, I celebrate black women.
It's interesting because it was really your dad and your brother who were the ones that crucified you when you were younger.
But that was because they love me,
That's
yo.
natural,
They
though.
love me.
But
They love
but
me.
the women in your life didn't do that.
No,
That's
no.
usually how it is, right?
That is exactly
Yeah,
how
that's
it is.
always how it is.
Yep.
The fathers, the uncles, the brothers are gonna be the ones against you. The mothers, the aunts, the sisters are gonna be the ones like, leave them alone. That's still our guy.
Yup.
That's why I always say you got to be a real piece of shit if your mama don't like you.
Right?
Like it really don't matter if you gay or not. If your mama don't like you, like it's something wrong with you.
Or
bro.
she got to be a real piece of shit. All right.
But you could have both though if you wanted, black women and men.
I do, but one thing is complicated. I feel like gassing. It's
Well, that's what
complicated.
you get, you to Lee Daniels.
I know. Here's the thing. It's complicated because what happens is that then you got to really tell a woman, like, okay, so this is what it is. You know what I mean? And so that starts making, I don't know, it's just for me, you know what I mean? Yes, certainly I love women. You know what I mean? But I think that is it fair to a woman to say, okay, let me sleep with you when I have a history with men. You know what I mean? No, I'm not
do it all the
HIV, but but I don't want. Maybe it's just me. I don't.
I think as long
I
as
don't
you-
know.
I
I
think
don't know.
If you're giving her a choice, I don't think there's anything wrong.
I don't know. I come from a different world. My son, my son and my daughter, they're like whatever they're cool. They're like they come from the millennials come from a whole different
Right.
place than I come from. I come from as a bisexual, good bisexual. See you later. I ain't got time for that. The confusion.
Got you.
But it's so gender fluid these
Yes,
days.
everybody has.
It's like,
gender
whoa,
fluidity
I don't
now.
understand what world we in. You know what I mean?
That's how I felt when I had a menage a trois once. Like I didn't know where to nut. I'm being honest with you.
Oh
I was
my
confused.
God!
I was confused.
This is too much information. I don't even want to. Dude, you going to the left, baby. You going to the left. Holy cow.
My final question is has everything to do with the art. Is it hard trying to represent for both the issues of gay and black people through your art?
No, because it's just the truth. And you have to be willing to, fall on the sword for it, for your work. And I think that, look, I am what I am. I don't pretend to be anything but, I come from West Philadelphia. I come from nothing. I've been homeless. I'm from the streets, and I play with billionaires. So it is what it is, and I'm brutally honest, and no one can take that away from me. So that's the bottom line.
There you go.
Empire and
That's
Star.
the original
Ladies.
Big Daddy,
Wednesday.
ladies and gentlemen. Lee
You
Daniels.
still didn't give us no spoiler alerts for Empire.
And you ain't getting none.
Lee said he gonna be on here doing a 40 dick challenge this season. That's
What's
what he
that?
is.
Say again?
You ain't see the 40 dick challenge?
What's that?
Hold
Oh,
on
man.
now. Let me pull it up for you.
What is that?
For the dick and for
Hold
the.
on.
That sounds phallic. The 40 Dick Challenge.
That's
Erykah
really
Badu
funny.
did one
You
this
saw it,
morning.
yeah.
Hold on,
40
hold
Dick
on, hold
Challenge.
on.
What's the
You
40
didn't see
Dick
the song?
Challenge? Charlie, what's that?
Listen.
Fuck it, I eat meat for the dick. Fight Hurricane Maria for the dick. Brought a missile from Korea for the dick. Hey, let him call me a hoe for the dick. Baby daddy number 4 for the dick.
I can't do that, yo. I can't do that. I won't do it. I saw this. I ain't see this one there. Dude, I saw this. This is a shit funny. I was on the motherfucking floor. I saw it. Erica did this?
Yeah.
I won't do this. Or should I?
You should do it for the good challenge, man. That would be hilarious. Write him one. Bryshere, write him one, man. All right.
Lovely being here.
Lovely
Lee
being
Daniels,
here.
Bryshere Gray, Star and Empire start when? This
Wednesday.
Wednesday. This coming Wednesday. And Star, yo.
Empire and Star
Oh my
this Wednesday.
God, this is a very big night for me. It's like,
Yes.
you know, wow, it's like a big night. It's my night for a couple hours, so it's exciting.
There you go. Lee Daniels, Bryshere Gray. It's the Breakfast Club.